Page 96, Anvil Chorus Theme from Il Trovatore. It's an opera. This is a good piece for practicing dotted rhythms. Got them all over the place. I will talk a little bit about the right hand fingering, because I like to change things a bit. I'm actually only going to change one thing. It happens twice, but it's the same thing. The first and second measures. In the right hand, you start out with fifth finger on the E, and then rather than the next three E's all being 5, I would go a 5-4-5. So it's the 5 on the first one, and then a 5 on the second, and then a 5. The idea is the 8th note is a quick note to the other note, and I don't like using the same note, so a 4-5. You get that in the second line too, same thing. This is supposed to be a really majestic sounding piece, okay? It's like a triumphant march. It's like a pomp and circumstances. Yay, I did it, sort of thing. There is one gotcha in here. At least it got me when I played it. I thought that doesn't sound right. What's going on? Take a look at the third line down, third measure, okay? In the left hand, you have an E and a G sharp to start. And then the 8th notes is an E, F sharp, and that is a G sharp, okay? Because you've had a G sharp in the measure early. The first B had a G sharp in it. That sharp is for the whole measure. So that second G in that measure is also a sharp. And in the next measure, it cancels out, so they have to put in another sharp. Now a little bit about the last measure. Okay, technique-wise, these chords are loud. It's fortissimo, 2 Fs, loud. When you play these, you play them and collapse the wrist a little. The wrists are like a shock absorber. Don't tense up and play them this way. You get plenty of loudness anyway. With the pedal helps that out. So the last two, you're just collapsing the wrist as you play these, okay? Don't, no. Any loud chord is like that, okay? This tensing thing produces a harsh sound. Take a look at the third line, because that's it's where the notes start getting ugly. They have a staccato, right? Most of these are staccato down here, with a rest, and then a staccato with rest, and then staccatos. And then the third measure, that is not a staccato. It's important that we have the contrast between the staccatos and the not staccatos. Now they stick the pedaling in there. I want to talk about the pedaling just a little bit. I'm not really sure what they're after. In the first 2 lines, most of it, I would just do overlapping pedal. I would push the note down at the beginning and then push the pedal down. Now they seem to want a break in there so you can hear a different phrasing. But in this piece, when the orchestra plays it, I don't hear a break in the phrasing. So if I put a break in the phrasing between the second and third measures of the first line, it's this. To me, that's choppy. I don't like that at all. I would prefer the whole first line be one long phrase and you just overlap it. Now you can put a break in then when you start the second line, and you get that basic same thing again. So I would overlap pedal on the first line. Then some silence, and go to the second line, do the same thing. And then the last measure, the second line, is when things change. Okay, that's not so connected anymore. Now, starting with the last chord in the second line, it's the third beat with the pedal, okay? I'm going to push the pedal down right after I play the note, and I'm going to lift it up on beat 4. So the pedal's only down for a little bit. 1, 4, right? 3, 4, 3, 4. Then for the third line, same thing. They have staccatos in the first measure. I think it would be better if you took out the staccatos in that measure and just played them. You want to hear the full rest, but just play them with an accent, or not with an accent, but just play them and pedal them for one count. So it's one rest. So you, and I'm putting the pedal down almost with the chord. Don't have to, you can lag it a little bit if you want. The point is we want to hear a full beat rest. So yeah. Then in the second measure, those are staccato. Third measure, not staccato. With the pedal down after you play the note and lift it up on beat 2. In the last line, the pedal is in the second measure, obviously. So I'm going to play the chord first, put the pedal down, and then I'm going to lift it up right before I play the fourth beat. So it doesn't connect them, they're not connected. Could be connected, I guess, I don't know. Then the last measure, I put the pedal down right after I play the note or when I play the note. Here it doesn't matter. Lift it up on the next beat so we get a full beat rest. And then the last chord, and it's up on 4 with the hands. They all come up together. The melody's in the right hand. It's the top note of the right hand if there's more than one note. And so you want to bring out the melody. Let's try this slowly together. Very slowly together. So 4/4 time, we give you 4 counts. The right hand is here, left hand here, foot's on the pedal. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.